that autumn wind. Shout out to the Raiders, man, we about to win.
What's the Raiders' biggest need right now? You're watching the Raiders Report. I'm Mitchell Renz. Make sure you guys subscribe, youtube.com/Raiders Report. And I want to know in the comments section, what's the Raiders' biggest need? Is it linebacker? Is it cornerback? Is it defensive tackle? Defensive end? Throw it in the comments section, and make sure you guys are using hashtag Raiders to get your trade questions here live on the show. Like Jeff, I appreciate you. And also, we're going to play a little bit of a drinking game here, okay? Every single time somebody doesn't have a picture, y'all are taking a drink. So when I say get a picture, take a drink. But if I mess up a sentence or a question, guess what? I got to take a drink. So Jeff Rogers, Mitch, your opinion. Who is the best player we can get in a trade without having to give away any of our first-round picks? Well, Jeff, I got coming up here in a little bit 9 linebackers that the Raiders could go out and target. I don't want to give all the names away, but you're going to see some pretty big-name players, okay? I know it's kind of a shitty answer, but Jeff, that's what you're going to get. Whose birthday? Jeff, it's your birthday. Happy birthday, Jeff. Well, shit. That's awesome. L'chaim. You know what? I'll take a drink for Jeff. Everyone, type happy birthday in Jeff. Wait, I'll take another drink. HBD. Donald. Perfect got a 12-game suspension. Does that mean he can play in the playoffs? No, Vontaze Burfict is not allowed to play if the Raiders make the playoffs. And Donald, take a drink, get a picture. Alex, what up, fam? Hey, Mitch, what do you think about trading for Carlos Dunlap? Hashtag Raiders. Well, Alex, I like the idea of trading for Carlos Dunlap. I think he would fit the Paul Gunther scheme very well. And my question to you, Alex, are you subscribed? Because I literally put out a video yesterday about the Raiders trading for Carlos Dunlap. So make sure you subscribe, youtube.com/Raiders Report. Make sure you guys are using hashtag Raiders to get your questions on the show. Ultimate Beast 32. What does an Ultimate Beast look like? Raiders should trade for a McCourty brother. Well, which McCourty brother do you want? I mean, I think that would be the bigger fit here. They're both also getting up there in age. Like, I would rather the Raiders go after some younger players at this point. But we will see the Raiders. I'm telling you right now, there's going to be a blockbuster trade. However, I don't really know if it's going to be for a McCourty brother. If I'm going to go out and make a blockbuster trade at this point for a player who plays in the secondary, I'm going to go with Patrick Peterson, but that's pretty far-fetched. Let's go to Andrew. Some sort of error, okay. Should the Raiders work out former Baylor defensive end Shawn Oakman and see if he was the first overall pick everyone thought he was going to be? So the only reason why I say this would be cool is because we could have a jersey that said Oakman on the back. Besides that, I don't want Shawn Oakman. A wise man once told me, looks like Tarzan, plays like Jane. That's from What Going Downy. He's in the XFL. LA Wildcats. There's a reason why he's not in the NFL, Andrew. But hey, appreciate the question. So I'm trying to grow the fam here. We're trying to get to 30K subscribers. Currently at 29,779. Once I hit 30K subscribers, we're going to be able to give away some more t-shirts thanks to Raider Nation Store. And also, I've been told I need to get to 30K subscribers by the end of the week so I can do Edward 40 hands. So let's get that rolling. Make sure you subscribe. youtube.com/Raiders Report. Apparently, if I hit 30K subscribers today, I got to chug a beer from producer Dylan. Okay, sounds good. Make it happen. Give me to 30K subscribers. Also, if you want to meet up with me, I don't know why you would, but hey, let's say you would. You go to Ricky's Sports Theater and Grill on Saturday, November 2nd at 8 p.m. I'm literally going to be getting off my flight for the Raiders versus Lions game. And if you want to grab a beer with me, come hang out. Also, if you show that you subscribe to the Raiders Report, you're going to be able to get some discounts there. Ricky's Sports Theater and Grill. Let's link up. Let's go to Ryan. Man. What wide receivers could we still trade for that would be a game changer for Carr? Also, any good pounds left? No, I know, it's linebackers. Also, if you want the Raiders to trade for a linebacker, you'll see kind of below me, you could type Y for yes or N for no. Some good wide receivers. I thought about Laquan Treadwell. The only reason why I would want a player like Laquan Treadwell is because Mike Mayock was really high on him. And for the Raiders, they want to run the football a lot. Laquan Treadwell might not be able to catch the football very well, but the dude can block. Also, look for Zay Jones to be able to play this week. He was inactive last week. And a report from John Gruden that said Tyrell Williams is playing or looks a lot better at practice. So it looks like that heel's healing up. And any good linebackers, yes, you're about to see 9 come out pretty soon. Let's go to Chemo, Whittier, CA. Mitch, it's Chemo from Whittier, California. Do you think it's time to use one of those first-round picks on the defense player? I don't. I don't want the Raiders to give up any of their first-round picks, and I think one of the reasons why they traded away Conde is because now they have 3 third-round picks. You're going to see them potentially trade 2 third-rounders because they don't have a second-rounder in hopes that they don't have to give up any first-round picks. In fact, they might have to give up 3 third-rounders in order to save all their first-rounders, but I'm telling you this right now, please don't give up any first-rounders. Let's go to Timothy Michael over on Facebook. Make sure you guys are using hashtag Raiders if you're on Facebook. Or if you're on YouTube, I'll do my best to answer the questions and read correctly. Who is the best trade option for us before deadline? Hashtag Raiders. The best trade option for us right now, I want Leonard Williams. I don't care that Leonard Williams play defensive tackle. I still think Leonard Williams is an elite defender, and I think his versatility would actually allow the Raiders to once in a while play him at defensive end. One of the things that I think made Max Crosby so great for the Raiders is once in a while he'll play defensive end, and then he'll play defensive tackle. What the Raiders want to be able to do is stay very versatile on defense, and I think Leonard Williams gives you that opportunity. So, can we get some Leonard Williams in the comments section? Jojo Mendoza line, what about trading for Ty Montgomery? Hashtag Raiders. I just don't know why we want Ty Montgomery. I mean, technically he's a wide receiver and running back, but I personally am not a fan of Ty Montgomery. I think he's an upright runner, and he's on the Jets. Sure, they're in fire sale mode, but, you know, man, I'm just not a big fan of Ty Montgomery. I'm also not a fan of commercials. In fact, I flippin' hate commercials. I'm going to give them 0 Chucky heads. And if you guys want to get rid of commercials for good, go to chatsports.com/mytv. So people ask me, Mitch, why would I download this app? You can get rid of commercials forever. You just got to download the app. It's 100% free. Connect to Wi-Fi, and when you're sitting there watching Raiders versus Texans, when the game goes to a commercial, you're going to get content from Chat Sports and other sports providers instead of watching boring commercials. So, download the app for free, chatsports.com/mytv. And if you do that, send me a screenshot. I might be able to hook you up with some free shirts from Raider Nation store. Let's go to Van. Van, what are you smelling in that picture? Looks like some JJ. Since Marshawn, how many Chucky heads? Oh, shit. All right, I got a drink. I can't read. Hang on. I didn't. Sign Marshawn, how many Chucky heads? This one to me is going to be 0 Chucky heads. I don't want Marshawn Lynch as a football player for the Raiders. However, if you would want to bring him in, I don't know, as a coach or something, I think he'd be a great person to get the team hyped up last year in Oakland. But in terms of being an actual fit, no, I don't really think Marshawn would be right now the fit that the Raiders want. Let's go to Kirk Magnum. Did I get that right on Facebook? Your girlfriend looks awfully happy there, Kirk. Now I know why. What is going to take to get Von Miller? I think if the Raiders want to get Von Miller, you got to honestly look at 2 first-round picks and then maybe some. What? It's not Magnum. No. Obviously not in a Magnum. What is it going to take to get Von Miller? I think it takes 2 first-round picks at least, and it might even take more than that. You're not going to see the Broncos trade Von Miller to a rival. It would take a whole bunch. A whole bunch. Let's go to Quincy Marks. I say try and trade for Jamie Collins. It's an interesting idea. Let me see how old Jamie Collins is. See, I need to learn how to do this while I'm looking at the question. So Jamie Collins, okay, is 30 years old. He's bounced around a little bit. I think the idea, though, with Jamie Collins, he would probably be more of a defensive end for us. But he could also play some linebacker. I guess at this point, let me do a little bit more research on that one, Quincy. I don't know too much about what it would cost the Raiders, but let me get back to you on that one. Let's go to Jimmy Badaz. It's a good way to get it in there. How about we try for Joey Bosa? I know that will never happen. Well, Jimmy Badaz, I totally agree. If we could get Joey Bosa, I'd be all for it. But I just don't see the Chargers, and I'm glad we're on the same page here. Them trading away probably their best defender right now. Yes, they're 2-5, and yes, the Chargers are probably one of the most pathetic sports franchises right now. But no, I don't really see them trading away their best player. Let's go to Alejandro Munoz, one of my most loyal watchers. What if I told you we don't trade for anyone, Mitch, with the eyes emoji? I mean, you can. That's the point of the show. I mean, you can use hashtag Raiders and literally tell me that. So, Alejandro, that's a great job. What if I told you, Alejandro, okay, that for $19.99, you could get a Raiders flag with some douche holding it, and 2 patches for $19.99. Limited time only, though, Alejandro. I'll make you a deal. You know what? If anybody DMs me on Instagram right now, okay? DM me on Instagram right now. I'm going to talk to Raider Nation Store about getting that deal from $19.99 to $9.99. And no, you can't get the weird-looking guy in the picture with it, but you guys probably don't want that anyway. Seriously, though, Raider Nation Store is an awesome place. They hook me up with all my shirts. If you guys want flags, patches, pop socket on the back of your phone, there's one place to get all your awesome Raiders gear. It's www.RaiderNationStore.net, but you got to use that promo code Mitch20 for 20% off. Let's go back to Van. What up, Van? I'm on my phone right now. You're going to have to give me a sec. Got some followers coming in. Key.io, what up? Trade for Leonard Williams, sign Marshawn, sign a free agent fast. Corner, I don't care. Who? Conley was blowing it. Worley has been getting beat too. Worley, I think, had his first bad game with the Oakland Raiders. So I don't know if you guys remember about 2 weeks ago I said that they're going to expand Worley's role. I think he got a little bit overwhelmed. I thought he tried to do a little bit too much. I think the real person, though, to point for Worley's failures was Eric Harris had a bad misplay. And then also, I think LaMarcus Jordan needs to really figure it out for him. But yeah, trade for Leonard Williams. Let's go to Anthony Parks. When is the deadline for trading? So, Anthony, the trade deadline is on October 29th at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. And if you guys want me to go live for the NFL trade deadline, you got to click subscribe. You got to like this button because my boss is here telling me that I might have to do some other stuff instead of the Raiders channel. So I want to just come live on here, though. So, but yeah, does that answer your question? I hope so. Give me a follow on Instagram if you guys want to shout out. Going to get to some people here in a little bit. Shawn Conde. Is that right? What if we trade a third and a fourth? Williams and Robbie Anderson. Oh, man. I think it would actually take a third and a fourth probably just to get Leonard Williams. You want to throw Robbie Anderson, it's probably going to cost us a little bit more. The only thing that scares me with Robbie Anderson, I think he's actually a very good player. I don't think the Jets trade him because he's really their only offensive weapon outside of Le'Veon Bell for Sam Darnold, who literally said that he saw ghosts on Monday Night Football and looked atrocious. The other thing is, man, can we really trust Robbie Anderson in Vegas? I'm not quite sure. Like, between you and me, I think that's a hard no. So I'm being told in my ear, like this video if you want the Raiders to trade for Leonard Williams. So like this video if you want the Raiders to trade for Leonard Williams, okay? Do that. Let's go to Robert. What about checking with Saints and bring back Latavius Murray? I don't think the Saints want to do that for the simple reason right now that Alvin Kamara is a little bit banged up. The fact that he's banged up and the fact that they have long aspirations to be in the playoffs, to win the Super Bowl, I personally don't think that they're going to go out and trade for, or they're going to give up a player like Latavius Murray. Also, I want to recognize, I know I put it earlier in the show in the comments section for everyone who was kind of, chilling out watching before the show went live. Can we get some likes and can we get some pray hands and put some 24s in the comments section? The Raider family lost a great man today, Willie Brown. So type 24, type RIP. Willie Brown, one of the best cornerbacks that the Raiders have had ever, Hall of Famer, also was in 2 Super Bowls. So make sure you guys are commenting below 24. RIPs for Willie Brown. Willie, my man, you're going to definitely be missed, Raider Nation for life. Let's go to Hector. What's up, bud? We got a better chance of winning by beefing up the defense than going after another wide receiver. I don't disagree with you. I mean, the wide receiver core right now for the Raiders is very thin, but the Raiders are going to win games by simply running the football, okay? By running the football. And ultimately, the defense is, I think, where we're going to win a lot more games because it's where we've seen the most injuries. Let's go to Desmond Diaz. Get a picture. Deon Jordan. Hashtag Raiders. So, you're not the first person to ask me this question. I don't really want Deon Jordan, man. Like, I want the Raiders, and I don't think the Raiders want a player like Deon Jordan either. They're trying to go this one path where everyone's going to buy into the system and they can get good players who are going to trust what they're doing. I don't trust Deon Jordan. Never have, never will. Sorry, I'm good on that. Let's go to Christopher. Just so you guys know, the count now is 3-3 in terms of drinks. So take a drink, Chris, because you got to get a picture. Do you see any way the Raiders could acquire Jamal Adams? No. Adams and Abrams, best safety combo next year. I would totally agree. However, the Raiders are not going to be able to get Jamal Adams because Jamal Adams is not on the trading block. If there was a way, guys, I'm telling you what. I said here on Sunday, that I would do some illegal shit for Darren Waller to be able to get a touchdown. And then he got 2. I'm not going to tell you what I did. I'm not proud of it. But if I could do some even, whatever I did for Darren Waller, I would do that times 2 to get a player like Jamal Adams. Because, yeah, that'd be an absolutely incredible duo. Let's go to Rick. Rickety Rick. Rick's got some good gear as well. One Nation. What if you think if the Raiders sign Ajayi? I don't want Jay Ajayi. There's a reason why Jay Ajayi is still left unsigned. I think it's the prime example of why Eric Berry's still left unsigned. There's something that's not checking out medically. Sure, Ajayi, when he's healthy, has been an okay running back, but I don't want a banged-up running back who's got knee problems and ultimately has been good, I'll say, in maybe like 3 or 4 games his entire career. So for between you and me, I do not want Jay Ajayi. So maybe you guys would want this deal, because this one's pretty good. So BetTheAcai, the internet's #1 sportsbook. Chatsports.com/bet. If you're going to watch the Raiders and Texans game, you might as well make it a little bit more sweet by putting a bet down on the Raiders beating the Texans. You better go put that bet down, because right now the Raiders are 6.5-point underdogs to the Houston Texans. And I know there's a lot of people going to that game. Heck, there's going to be more Raider fans at that Houston Texans game than Texans fans. So the fact that this game is basically going to be a home game for us, and the fact that we're 6.5-point underdogs, go to BetTheAcai, chatsports.com/bet. Use that promo code Raiders120 for 120% deposit bonus. And for anybody who's a loyal subscriber and gets started with BetTheAcai, Raider Nation store, they're going to hook you up with a free shirt. Sound good? Okay, one more time, chatsports.com/bet. Raider Nation, what's going on? Is this the #1 Raiders channel on YouTube? For Chucky Heads, believe it, baby. And if you haven't already, subscribe right here. I'm giving you Chucky Heads, news, rumors, Raider Nation rumors. And look at this, I'm making your life easier. Check out my next video. Thanks for watching, and go Raiders.